So good afternoon, good morning for those who are west to Paris. We are just waiting for people to connect, so we will start in a few minutes. So we are here at the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris in the Matsuisha restaurant. It's very sunny in Paris, very warm too. Summer
has arrived.
Has arrived, exactly. So we'll start in 1 minute. We try to be very precise, which is not usual for French people, because we are normally always late, but for once we are on time.
Depending which region. A bit more precise when you go to the east, and a little bit less when you go to south.
South, yeah, exactly. True. It's true.
But at the Royal Monceau, we are always on time.
Even in advance. So let's start. So good morning, good afternoon for those who are west or east, or even in the Middle East, because I know that we have some clients from Middle East today. Let me introduce myself. I'm Pascal Byzantinet. I'm the Vice President Luxury Sales for Accor, and I'm so happy to be here at the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris. Let me introduce Pierre Hermé, who is the chef, the pastry chef from the Royal Monceau, and also Christophe Thomas, who is the new general manager of this fantastic property. Christophe, you have been for 20 years in the US, and now you are moving back to France. So how do you feel it?
Yeah, that has been really exciting. I just moved a few months ago back after 20 years spent in the United States. And I have dual citizenship, but originally from France, and it was wonderful to come back home. And there's no better place than coming to the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris.
Good. So what is new at the Royal Monceau? Because we are closed, unfortunately, for the moment. We just opened that kitchen specially for that masterclass. But I'm sure that you have a lot of news from the Royal Monceau.
Absolutely. So that's really, we're really always reinventing ourselves. The Royal Monceau Raffles Paris is really connecting with the local community. So we always want to do something new and exciting, but at the same time we are really looking for what's new and what's going to be really interesting for the consumer of tomorrow. And we have just launched yesterday the beautiful appartement privé 41 Hoche, private apartments. It's absolutely stunning apartments with more than 3,000 square feet. Apartment, 350 square meter, very spacious, one apartment per floor, and that you really can live like a Parisian, well, like a very fortunate Parisian in a beautiful apartment. And what we offer to, we have a service of butler service, which is really that's going to cater to all your needs, from art exhibits that you can visit to have access also to the pool of the palace and the private sessions in the pool.
Which is one of the largest pools in Paris.
Absolutely.
In Paris. Yeah.
And you can have it for yourselves,
wow,
exclusive for yourselves, and also we can arrange from drinks and outdoors. So it's quite remarkable.
I know it's exactly what people expect at the moment, just to be safe and just to be away from too many people, but also in the best location in Paris, because Royal Monceau is in the best location in Paris, just next to the Champs-Élysées, next to the Printemps Galerie Lafayette. So it's a fantastic location. I love it. Okay, so thank you so much, Christophe, for this introduction, and I'm so happy to have you as a colleague now, and welcome back. And Mr. Hermé, now you have the stage for you, and you will be able to explain us how to cook. And I'm so excited to discover what you are cooking now.
And we just need to mention that really that you have been named the Picasso of the pastry, right? So really the thing is we are so fortunate about the partnerships and the collaborations, and having Pierre Hermé in in a hotel, really. And for the partnership for the last 10 years, that's absolutely stunning. And when you stay at the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris, you have a great opportunity to have these amazing pastries and desserts that are absolutely amazing every single time. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me to do this masterclass. Good afternoon, good morning, or good evening. I don't know from where you look. And I just want to introduce the recipe. The recipe is tarte infinitely chocolate with fleur de sel. Tarte infinitely chocolate with fleur de sel. And to work with me, I will introduce Arnaud Coutret, who is the executive pastry chef of the hotel. And we will do this tart for you now.
Mr. Hermé, if I remember well, it's a new recipe you created just for that masterclass.
Yes, I did this new recipe because it's very simple, very easy to make, and very, very good. So amazing good. There are two parts of this recipe. One is dough, short crust with fleur de sel and pieces of chocolate inside. You have brown sugar, normal sugar, and cocoa powder, baking soda, and flour. And here the pieces of chocolate chunks. So first we start to mix the butter to have it at very smooth, very creamy texture. And at the same time, we will sift together the flour, the baking soda, and the cocoa powder.
And why do you do that? Just to keep all the...
Because you see why? Because if you don't do this, you have pieces of cocoa.
Okay, yeah. I will do the same now.
And now Arnaud will mix the sugar.
Why do you have two types of sugar?
We have this in our recipe because the cane sugar, non-raffinated cane sugar, gives taste. So that's why we make a mix. But you can also use coconut sugar. You can also use sugar from Okinawa, the black sugar of Okinawa from Japan. You can also use rapadura with from Mauritius Island. So just mix together. And now you can do this recipe also in a mixer, but I prefer to do it by hand. So if you don't have a mixer, you have a chance to make the recipe. And it's very easy. Just mixing the ingredients, nothing complicated by the preparation of this recipe. Now we have just to mix until we have a real dough.
And is it for how many people?
Depending.
Depending if people are hungry or not.
Because when you start to eat this tart, with the crunchiness of the dough, the smoothness and the intensity of the ganache, you will start with a small piece, and then after we'll have a second and third. So probably for 6 or for 4.
Or for 2.
It's very, very intense in chocolate flavor. The pieces of chocolate inside the dough that enforce the taste of chocolate.
So you always put the hand in it. It's much better with the hand because you can feel it. Or
Yes, it's a question of also feeling. But if you make it the mix in a mixer, it goes easier.
Yeah.
We'll do the dough at 8 millimeter to 1 centimeter. So the circle is 20 centimeter.
Okay, you just push like that. Okay, it's great.
Just easy, very, very, very easy. And what we will do with this, we will do some small sablé. We have some here.
Wow.
And it's what is important also in this recipe is to to bake not too much the dough, because we bake it for the big pieces. We bake it 15 minutes at 170 degrees Celsius. 170 degrees Celsius, 15 minutes, not more. That means in the middle would be a bit chewy and very crusty on the edges. No, we go to bake?
Yes.
Okay. And with the rest?
And that's the miracle of that masterclass, because it will be cooked very quickly.
I love very much this sablé because the edges are very crispy and inside it's a little bit chewy, a little bit mild. Yes.
I don't know how you do that, because when I try to do that, it's never round, it's never very precise. So it's what makes the difference in between a chef and just somebody who just love to cook but doesn't know very well.
For the second preparation is the ganache. Ganache is with 3 ingredients: cream, liquid cream, chocolate, melted chocolate, and butter at room temperature. The chocolate is a chocolate with 64% of cocoa. Also, you can use another chocolate with guanara at 70% of cocoa. You bake both together. This one 11 minutes, this one 15 minutes. The chocolate is a little bit melt, not completely melt, and the butter is at room temperature. And we boil the cream. We boil the cream for 2 reasons, because to be sure that the cream will not separate, and also to mix it at the right temperature.
So there is a question. Do you have a preferred brand or not? Because they ask
For the chocolate?
For the chocolate, they talk about Barry Callebaut.
We mostly work with Valrhona. Valrhona is a French company based in Tel-Hermitage, and some of the chocolate we use are made specially for us, coming from one plantation, and it's specially done for us. We have pure origin Brazil plantation from Paineiras, also from Belize, from Peru. We have some specific chocolate made with one origin, one farm, and we adapt the the roasting of the beans and the combination with the sugar to each type of cocoa bean.
Okay. How many kilos or tons of chocolate do you use per year?
150 tons.
150 tons. Wow.
So we make half, 1/3 of the cream inside, and you mix like a mayonnaise from the center to the edges. Ganache, it's a very simple preparation. It's the same type of preparation than a mayonnaise. You start with the liquid to bring the liquid inside very smooth. 1/3. And the ganache has to be very perfect mixing, because if you don't have the perfect texture, your ganache will be not so smooth in your palate.
We have people from Caracas, from Mumbai, from Mexico, from Buffalo, New York State. So we have people from all over the world at the moment connected.
So
Paris too.
The ganache is ready, and we stir the butter inside.
Mr. Hermé, when did you start your career?
Oh, I started my career a long time ago, in 1976, and but I am from a family of 4th generation of baker and pastry chef. So,
okay. So it's a tradition in the family.
It's a tradition in the family.
And did you learn with your family?
No, I had the chance to learn in Paris with Gaston Lenôtre, and I worked 6 years for Gaston Lenôtre.
And then you started your own company?
No, I worked also 11 years for Fauchon, and also I was consulting for 2 years for La Durée.
Okay. And now you have shops all over the world?
We have 52 shops, and in 12 countries. In the US, for example, we are at Saks Fifth Avenue, in the restaurant L'Avenue, and we have a small shop inside the restaurant. So the ganache is ready. What you can make is making mixing with the mixer. So we have our ring of baked chocolate short crust. Should be completely baked and completely cold. If the biscuit, the short crust is warm, it doesn't work. So completely cold. When it comes from the oven, it needs 1.5 hours to be very completely cold. The whole quantity of ganache inside the tart. And it's finished. It's easy. Now we put this tart in the fridge for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, but we have done another one to go quicker.
Yeah, because we love to be with you, but I know that you are very busy too, so that's why. But yeah, and you will do the decoration now.
Yes.
Fantastic.
You can use a knife like this, or you can use also a hair dryer. Yes, hair dryer. To put the hair dryer on the ring, it goes very, very fast, or the knife. So.
Do you have an air dryer at your hotel?
In hotel we have always hair dryer.
Yeah.
And we will do some chocolate flakes, or we can put some chocolate pieces with fleur de sel inside. I will make both on the tart, and this with the. I do this with apple peeler, and the end of the apple peeler just on the chocolate.
I think some people don't listen carefully because they ask again what is the temperature of the oven and how long.
The oven is 170 Celsius for the tart and 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
More bigger is the dough, more time you have to leave it in the oven.
In the oven, yeah. I'm the lucky one who will be able to test it at the end, so don't be jealous.
It's easy. You can do only chocolate shaving, or like we did the both.
Could we add some fruit on the top if we want, if people like it, or is there any fruit?
We can make customization of this tart. Very, very easy, with having inside some caramelized almonds, some caramelized hazelnut, some pistachio, and also we could put on the top some half of raspberry, or with also a good passion fruit compote. We can customize this tart very easy. And so we have to cut it. I know, we have to take a picture first.
Yeah, we need to take a picture. Oh, thank you, it's amazing.
You saw any question from
I'm pretty sure we'll have some questions. So if you have any question to Pierre Hermé, please do not hesitate, because it's quite unusual to be lucky as we are today to have Pierre Hermé just for us. So do not hesitate. Use the chat to ask any question you want, and I will let you know after that how good it is, because I'm pretty sure it's good. Mr. Hermé, there is a question about what is your favorite type of chocolate?
I like different chocolate. In the moment, my favorite is the one we have coming from Belize. It's 64% of cocoa, and it's made specially for us. But what I can say, the best chocolate is the one you like. Could be dark, could be milk chocolate. is the one you like. So
And is there any wine we can pair with a tart like that?
Myself, I would have Japanese green tea, sencha green tea, but you can have also some port wine or some mori wine, or it's a South African wine I like very much. It's called Klein Constantia, and it's very good with chocolate. It's a sweet wine.
Is it late harvest?
Late harvest, coming from South Africa. It's amazing wine. And also you can have a very good coffee. And this today somebody say, oh, what happens about ice wine, Canadian ice wine?
Exactly, yeah.
So I want to taste this.
Okay.
I would love to taste this.
That will be your mission, Christophe, to find Canadian ice wine, and then we will try with Pierre Hermé this tart. Yeah, it's good.
I made some small pieces, but you can have a second one.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay for the moment. No, also, you talk about Japan. Yes, there is something special for you in between you and Japan.
Yes, because it's a long time I go to Japan and I make some classes there, and Japan was the first the first destination for the company, because we opened our first shop in Tokyo in a hotel, the new Otani Hotel, and it's a little tiny shop of 14 square meter, and it was the first shop of the company, and now we have 18 shops in Japan, and after France is the second biggest country for us.
Yeah, but they love the French cuisine, and they love also the French pastry, so that's also why. And we have quite a lot of, and we want more at the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris, for sure. There is a question regarding the shape of the tart. Do we have to do round when you cook it, or we can make something different shape? Or
you can make it as a star. You can make it as a oval, as a square or rectangle, just to have the same proportion. That's the most important. It's the same amounts of crust and the same amounts of ganache. That's the most important part.
Yeah, just to have something which is very balanced in between. Yes. There is another question about because people are very creative, and some people ask, what's about white chocolate topping?
Everything is possible, so why not white chocolate topping? But I try to keep it pure, in a pure dark chocolate taste. So that's why I don't put milk chocolate on top. I don't put some white chocolate on top. But it's possible. Everything is possible. Just I want to keep it pure chocolate, dark chocolate taste.
Yeah, there is a question also, let's say a proposal. The chocolate pastille you added to the dough, is it melted?
The chocolate?
The chocolate pastille, you know, the small, you showed it, or you put it inside, yeah.
This one it's chocolate with a little bit of fleur de sel inside.
Okay.
And it's melt, tempered, and after between two layers of plastic, very, very thin. You can see it's very, very thin.
Wow. It's dentelle.
Yes, and you have some peaks of fleur de sel coming, just
explode in your mouth. Yeah.
Yes, but you have not a salty taste. That's important, and it's the same with the short crust. You have some peaks of salt. That's the interest to use the fleur de sel.
There is a question regarding when you put together the cream, 1/3 of cream with the melt chocolate, why don't we put all the cream at the same time?
Because as I explained, it's like a mayonnaise. It's an emulsion. So when you put every cream in one time, you cannot do the right emulsion, like the mayonnaise. So that's why when you do mayonnaise, you add the liquid time to time, and it's the same with the ganache.
There is a difficult question for you, Mr. Hermé, because somebody asked, who is your favorite chef?
By savory or by pastry?
No, I think they speak about restaurant, yes.
Ah, the restaurant. Oh, I have so many friends, chefs. So here we are in the restaurant Matsuhisa, and I like very much Nobu Matsuhisa. So it's one of my favorite chefs. But I also have a very good friend with Ferran Adria, a very good friend with Alain Ducasse, and other chefs all over the world. And always when I go in a restaurant, I meet a friend because we do the same job.
Lucky you are, lucky you are. So if we need a table, we can give you a call and you will call your chef. No, I'm joking. I'm just joking. But thank you so much, Mr. Hermé, for that.
Thank you very much.
And perhaps because we had also some question regarding the hotel. So a lot of people want to discover the hotel. So we'll have a good opportunity because perhaps you can say a few words in conclusion, but also we are organizing a competition, and Pierre Hermé and Christophe will choose the 10 best recipes made by yourself around the world, and these people will be invited for 3 nights at the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris, and they will also have a live session, a live masterclass with Pierre Hermé here in Paris. So as you could see, a lot of people, so please do not hesitate to send us your video, your pictures of your recipe, and then we will try to make our choice together. But thank you so much, Pierre Hermé, and perhaps the last word for you, Christophe.
Thank you. Well, the smell is absolutely amazing as always. I'm sure you probably get the same at home when you're going to bake it. You have to come and visit us at the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris because you will experience these amazing pastries. You might get a few pounds, but we have an amazing workout room. You have an amazing swimming pool, so you have a lot of place to burn the calories, but it's absolutely a great experience, and we hope to have a great pleasure of welcoming you to the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris. And Pierre, it has been absolutely amazing to work together, to have you for the last 10 years in the property, and we love the collaborations. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a very good day to everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, according where you are around the world. We were very happy to be live from the Royal Monceau Raffles Paris today. Thank you, Pierre Hermé. Thank you, Christophe Thomas, for your welcome. And next session will be in a few days at the Raffles in Singapore, just to test some good cocktail. Have a very good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.